Good morning, everyone. Good morning on this Sunday. This is the Odyssey podcast with your girl, Word Justice. Yes, I've came back to you guys. I was supposed to be back yesterday. Give me one moment. I'm sorry, guys. I was supposed to be back yesterday, but unfortunately, I got all caught up. As you guys know, I am a mother, so things do occur, and I was all caught up with my smallest baby. But however, it was a lot of disturbing things that I came across, and I definitely wanted to come in and touch bases with you guys. If you guys are interested in, joining the conversation, take the time out. You can hit the link. The link is in the chat. I welcome all opinions. But I definitely wanted to come in and give you some news that's been taking place, especially breaking news because it's devastating. Like I said, you hear me talk about, if you go back to my previous videos, you'll hear me mention certain things that took in place as far as the heighten of shootings and etc. Um, this particular story was very disturbing, so I wanted to bring it to you guys, and it was very, very disheartening. And I'm going to give you the backstory, but I'm also going to dive in on how I personally feel about how situations are happening and the involvement, in my opinion, um, as far as the government goes. So I'm going to give you the backstory for those of you who are not familiar or haven't heard of what took place out in Buffalo, New York. The U.S. Justice Department is investigating Saturday's mass shooting at Buffalo supermarket as a hate crime and an act of racially motivated violent extremism. The gunman was identified during his arraignment as Peyton S. Gendron of Conklin, New York. That name matches the name given in a 180-page manifesto that surfaced online shortly after the attack and took credit for the violence in the name of white supremacy. Law enforcement and government officials would not confirm the validity of the document in the immediate hours after the attack. Yet the excruciating details provided leave little doubt of its authenticity. A senior federal law enforcement official told the New York Times they believed that Jondron posted the document. There are certain pieces of evidence that we have assorted in the courses of this investigation that indicate some racial animosity. Erin County District Attorney John Flynn said, I'm not going to specifically talk about or elaborate on what exactly they are right now. The document, which News 4 has reviewed, plotted the attack in, in detail. The writer plotted his actions down to the minute, including diagrams of his path through the store, and said he specifically targeted the Tops Market location on Jefferson Avenue because its zip code has the highest percentage of Black people close enough to where he lives. This was pure evil, a straight up racially motivated hate crime. A diagram included in the shooter's alleged manifesto plotted a route through the supermarket. Deputy Regional Director for the Anti Defamation League says the organization is still sifting through the complete document, but can already draw some conclusions. Greatly anti Semitic, greatly racist against people of color, white supremacy, radicalized people of radicalized in all of the ways we can think of. Genre live streamed the attack on social media platform Twitch and had the N word written on his rifle. Videos from the scene showed he was charged with first degree murder after killing 10 people and wounding 3 others. The alleged manifesto admits to planning the attack passively for the past few years and seriously since January. Now, guys, now, guys, for me, I just feel like the way we are monitored on a consistent basis and he was online with this nonsense, it is no way that you officials and higher ups and whoever, FBI, whatever, okay, did not come across this manifesto and did absolutely nothing. You came across it. You definitely did. Because you guys are able to come across any and everything. I am not in no form going to say this in any form to make anybody feel any type of way, but this is just how I feel. If it was a black man or a black woman, okay, sitting behind their goddamn computer, creating a manifesto on how to go about killing all white people or Jewish people, that black person would not be sitting behind their computer for a very long time. Let's just keep it real. Okay? They would have already have made sure that they took the drastic measures to do what was necessary to keep those people safe. So my question is, why don't we have the same justice? Why are we not deserving of the same justice? I mean, he was plotting it for a couple of years. He then sat there. Welcome, CaneTube TV. Welcome, welcome. You already know. Welcome, Puerto Rican 360. I am in my feelings. The link is in the chat. Y'all all welcome to join and tell me how you feel about this situation. Because to be honest with you, they are consistently locking up black people for the smallest crimes and holding their foot to the fire, putting them under the jail, accusing them for shit they haven't done. And this man sat behind his computer for a couple of years and created a manifesto on how to go in and kill black people and pick the nearest supermarket because it had the highest rate of black people to kill. And you telling me the government and none of the higher up officials were aware of that? Give me a break. In my opinion, you higher ups had to be aware of it. And it's not right now that you're reading it, now that he's been incarcerated. No, no, no. Because, like I said, they monitor everything we do. Everything. They watch us like hawks. So, how was this man able to even complete this mass shooting, killing 10 people and leaving 3 people wounded? Oh my God, CaneTube TV, of course. Okay, yes, you know when you eat and you finish, you're always welcome. I'm gonna tell you something. I think listening to this was the most heartbreaking because you still see how racism never left. Slavery never left. They just upped it a little. They just made it look a little better. When we look at the jail systems are just another form of slavery. They just dressed it up to make it look a little more cleaner and better. But the shit will never be clean and it would never be better. And we would never be treated fairly. And we would never be able to be taken into account. I mean, I'm bothered because I already know, and I have people close to me that are in situations that they don't deserve to be in. And you got people like this man running around here saying, my goal is to kill black people. I mean, watching So many of those families grieve made me feel that feeling because I have children and I have family that work. I have my sister. My sister's a police officer. Um, it's just that real. I want you guys to give me one moment. I'm coming right back. Just give me a brief second. I'm sorry. And yet again, life takes over. So, I had to dip off for a little minute. But like I was saying, for me, just knowing family members that, go out on an everyday basis to go to work and never, ever in your mind, you ever think that, oh, that may be the last time I see my sister, my brother, my cousin, my uncle over a decision that a man made because he felt some type of way to then go and take the lives of innocent people, and you as a family member have to deal with that trauma, with that hurt, with that pain of knowing, like, listen, I didn't even probably get a chance to tell that person I loved them because I assumed that they were coming back. Simple. Just going to the supermarket to buy something to eat, not knowing that that's your last day walking into the supermarket because you got some man walking around here talking about he don't like black people. But my black people, my minority people, let me say it like that, my minority people, when are we gonna wake up? Because they continuously doing shit by design, in my opinion, and we still sitting around just allowing ourselves to die and hoping we're helping them kill each other also. I'm so bothered. I had to come out and speak on this story. As you guys know, it's breaking news right now. You got so much people trying to travel and figure out what is happening. For me, it's too late. When you guys had it, you guys seen the manifesto. It's been years. You can't, like, give me a break. You guys could have prevented this shooting from taking place. Matter of fact, majority of the mass shootings that have taken place could have been stopped because a lot of these white supremacists, they write down manifestos, they put maps, roadways, they'll give you the whole rundown on what they're going to do. I hope listen, honestly, he deserves the death penalty, in my opinion, for taking all those innocent lives. Because for me, the way the prison system is set up, it's unfair. Not everybody that's in jail is getting their just due and being treated the way they need to be treated. By no means necessary. He's going to walk in there and he's going to get treated way better than a person that's been in there for something smaller. And that's my problem. But let it have been a black man, like I said, or a black woman, like I said, sitting behind their computer, creating a whole manifesto and how to walk up in a white neighborhood and shoot up white people. I guarantee you that black man or woman would have never even made it to do that mass shooting. Would have never even made it. Okay, take your time. I'm here. I'm here. Like, for me, when I get, and forgive me, guys, I'm like very passionate about certain subjects. I get very passionate about certain things that I hear about, especially when I know it could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. I want us to get the same protection that you're going to give the white man or you're going to give the Jewish man. As Black people, we deserve the same protection. Period. I'm just tired of hearing certain stuff where I feel like we're last on a totem pole. But what makes it even worse for me is because I'm, like I said, I'm in the boroughs. I'm a New York. I'm New York. You hear that? New York all day. So you know what it's hitting for. From Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, all you hear about is murders and fires. And to be quite honest, like I said previously before, all we do is help them. We assist them. We assist them with killing us. I am tired personally of assisting them kill us. Like for real. It's like it's unreal. So when they do go and do a mass shooting and end up killing so much of us, it's like, oh, okay, it gets brushed right underneath because guess what? They looking at it like, oh man, well, these Negroes, that believe it or not, these Negroes, that's how they looking at it. They kill themselves anyway. So why they mad that we killing them? They help us kill them. Like, come on, people, wake up. It is this right here in this day and age. We need to wake up as a unit to realize what's happening. I did a live with Kane Tube TV. It was called Know Thyself. Like, come on, my Black people, we need to really start the process of the beginning of knowing thyself because that's very important right at this very moment. Everything that you can say that was put in a book that was given to us, that we so high holy pray on and all of that, they gave us that book. But everything that's in that book, I promise you, is coming to pass right now. But we not even asking ourselves, why is that? Why is that? We as a people, we need to really sit down and start questioning and being inquisitive to find out the answers that we deserve and stop settling for the answers that they keep on just giving us. Like, I'm tired of it. Like I said, this mass shooting that took place in Buffalo, it was devastating. It was heart-wrenching, like I said, for me, because I have family that go out there every day. And I don't want none of my family to go out one day thinking they're going to go to work or they're going to go buy something to eat and they start shooting up the place and one of my family members end up dead, or even one of my children. My child could be walking into McDonald's to go get something to eat, and next thing you know, some crazy person decides they want to shoot up the whole goddamn McDonald's. These are the things now that you have to put in your mind because these are the things that's actually full-blown reality. It was reality before, but now it's more in your face. So the question is, before you couldn't see it, even though they've been hiding shit in plain sight, but now it's even more blatant in your face. What's the next step? What's the next step? The next thing I wanted to discuss with you guys that I'm having a huge issue with, that not for nothing, mothers, it's okay. Leave them with their formulas. Let us find another way. The shortage on baby milk. Millions of parents right now are going crazy due to the fact of the shortage on baby formula. They are feeling like fish out of water because they're not understanding it is other alternatives. The formula is not the only thing and it's not the end all be all. But I want you guys to also take a moment to why I say what I'm saying. Millions of parents are lost, confused, don't know what to do. They're on TV saying, I don't know what I'm going to feed my child. Research, my people. Before formulas came about, it was other ways to keep your child with nutrition in the body. By the way, if you look at the back of your baby's formula, which I did recently, and you read the ingredients, and we ask ourselves, That's all them ingredients is what we're putting into our children. But then we ask ourselves, why is this such a heighten of certain ailments like autism and other things? It has to do with a lot of what we put into our system and then into our children's system also. That plays a major part. And this is even stemming from in the stomach as the baby's in the womb. That's how real it is. Now, I want these mothers out here that is frantic and not knowing what's the next step. Research is multiple different ways to go about giving your child something alternative. You don't want to take that milk and try to stretch the milk by adding milk and doing all this extra stuff that I'm hearing people do. Okay? You have the hemp seed, which I wish the first lady was here because she gives like a big breakdown on that. She did some research. The first lady presenting Auntie's House NYC on that, but also tea. You can give your children tea. Okay. And I'm speaking for the women because a lot of people is like, oh, well, breastfeed. Some women can breastfeed, some women cannot produce milk. It's not because they don't want to, it's because that's how their body situation internally may be set up. Okay. Something may be going on to where they cannot give that production of milk. Okay. Start to grow and allow your kids to taste different things that you grow from where you live, your backyard, where you live, where you're at, people, where you're at. Welcome, Ultimate K-Man. How are you? Thank you for pulling up on me.
Peace.
So, I'm all in my emotions about this whole situation. How are you feeling about this whole mass shooting that I ultimately feel like they designed? My
Yeah,
opinion, okay? Don't pawn bomb me, YouTube. It's my opinion.
well, it was unfortunate again. There's another mass shooting. But see, you gotta look at many different factors from many different vantage points in terms of this mass shooting. It seems like during the Obama Biden presidency, there were a lot of mass shooting going on. Also, just a couple of weeks ago in New York City, in Brooklyn, we had a shooting on the train where 10 people were shot. No one died. Now, this time, 10 people were killed. You know, it's an agenda, definitely being pushed forward. It's a lot of fear mongering. They try to get people scared because you have to understand, in November, there's the midterm elections. And these Democrats, they're really scared. They're trying to pull all the tricks out so that way they can secure, a good, good sweep across the board in terms of elections. And there's a lot of things going on their watch. Now, as far as this mass shooting in Buffalo, I don't know if it was racially motivated or not, but that's the narrative they're going to paint because a lot of people aren't aware that for a long time they've been trying to like instigate and provoke what you would call the second civil war. And this war is where the people are going to be turning on each other. That's why nowadays nobody can't really trust anyone. And all this came from the Willie Lynch syndrome. Nobody can trust anyone. That's why you get locked up. Your man's to tell on you real quick. Your mother to tell on you. Anybody tell on you. People turn on you. You know, it's no more trust. And we had an all-time high in terms of the distrust amongst each other, distrust amongst ourselves.
You going out in and out, Ultimate K Man. You're going a little
Not
bit in and
knowing
out.
ourselves, lack of knowledge of
Ultimate K Man,
self,
you can hear me? You're going in and out.
lack of direction. because we're too busy.
Ultimate K Man, I can't hear you. You're going in and out.
You hear me? All right, hold on. You said, God,
Ultimate K Man will be right back, guys. Just a small little technical difficulty we were having, and I want him to come back and say exactly what he was saying before. But like for me, women, I know that as mothers, you kind of get flustered when you're trying to figure out what will be the next step on feeding your child. And like I'm going to let you mothers know yet again, please, there are other alternatives. Do your research. Okay. Start to implement food, real foods like bananas and um, mashed up carrots and certain things. Start to allow that to be placed into your baby's taste buds so their dependency is not on the milk. Okay, guys? Ultimate K Man, I'm so happy you back. Can you run back what you were saying before because we were unable to hear?
can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfect.
All right. What I was saying is that we had an all-time high of distrust amongst the people. A lot of these things that you see out here nowadays, I would say false flag operations, but they're not really false flag operations. These are staged events used to desensitize and get a rise out of people worldwide. You understand what I'm saying? You know, this is all created by design to be like the final, like the final bits or the icing on the cake, so to speak, in terms of depopulation. Now, a lot of people aren't aware that they're trying to gear up for a second civil war here in the United States. And this civil war ain't going to be between the North and the South. It's going to be every man for himself. Like, you ever seen the game PUBG or H1N1, H1Z1 for PlayStation? It's like a battle royal where it's an all-out free roaming battle royal, every man for himself purge type of thing. This is what they're
Mm.
trying to gear up towards because there's not enough medication in the world. There's not enough bullets in the world. There's not enough disease in the world to kill people off in a rapid rate. So
And that's
the only
why
way to do that,
I feel exactly how you feel. Like I feel exactly how you feel. And that's why I'm like, it's devastating when you actually seeing the bigger picture of what's taking place. And I think also that's why our people they fear the unknown. They fear it's like a whole lot of fear that runs through our people, really and truly. But for the most part, I think once you get to a point of realization, that fear goes away. And you're 100% right, is to be able to kill us at a high rate and control our population. Our population, and I'm not even including no other ethnicities. I'm just talking about our particular population. So it's just like, yo, this shit is ridiculous. I mean, I get tired of just hearing about the many shootings just with us killing each other. That's why I was saying what I was saying in the beginning. It's like, oh my God, they killing us, but damn, we giving the helping hand too.
yeah, but that's also by design too. Some of those people that's killing each other, you don't know who said what to them or what demonic energy or spirit has entered their body for them to commit such act. Did you see the video? Did you see the video, Justice, of the massacre that happened in Buffalo?
I I seen clips. I did not go into the whole video because I just feel like it was just too much.
Yeah, well, we saw the whole video, and it's terrible because now let's go back a few years ago to Charleston, South Carolina, where the boy Dylan Stormroof shot up the church.
Right.
Okay, let's go back to Charleston, Virginia, where somebody did some shootings. It's all over. They try to make it racially motivated to try to get a rise and desensitize us to see if that light a fire in our ass to want to get up and do something. But like you were saying earlier, we too pacified, we too placated, we too babified. We still on the nipple of the government. We still on the nipple of the government, sucking from the nipple. That's
And
how you're
that's
gonna
how,
always
like, I'm
look at
over
us as
that.
babies. You're gonna
Yeah,
always
I'm
look
over
at us
that.
like babies because they treat us like babies. We act like babies to them.
It's so, and it goes back to even that conversation that you and Genuine Artistry was having regarding the birth certificate and all that stuff, and just having the whole concept of everything. You already know what time it is, and that's my thing. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I do feel right. Okay, it was designed the way it was designed for us to ultimately have a dependency, right?
Right?
Um, not a dependency. Let me say that better. No, no. Matter of fact, that's perfect. That's perfect because it's hitting exactly where I wanted to go, right? They want us to have a dependency, right?
It's been like
Unfortunately,
that.
it's been to the point where you understand you have the welfare system per se, right? I understand people fall on hard times, and when you fall on hard times and you need that assistance, that as a woman and you have children, that is going to be your ultimate go-to guide if you have no real person that's there to back you up and play that position to allow the family to stand sturdy, right? So being a single mother, I have that understanding of, okay, yeah, you're gonna need some type of help to get by. Now, what I don't agree with is where you don't use it for the moment until you're able to get better. Instead, what you see is people choosing to stay on the government assistance, choosing to stay on this shit and making multiple babies just to fucking stay on this shit and not even thinking for one moment, like, yo, I'm just going to use this as a stepping stone because I need this assistance for right now. But once I get on my feet, it's like, to hell's with them because I already know they're going to have me by my balls, period. And I think that's what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Justice. But see, as far as the welfare thing, and I just wanted to add this to the pot. See, a lot of people aren't aware that welfare wasn't created for the melanated man. Okay, let's just get that straight and understood. See, welfare was created during the Great Depression, World War II times, and it was created for Eurocentric type people, for women and children and men that couldn't get no jobs that were standing out there in the lunch lines for a bowl of soup. And you can go back and do the research and check for yourself. Welfare was not created for the original man. Okay, it wasn't until the baby boomer period when a lot of families, a lot of guys was coming home from World War II all fucked up, syphilis. A lot of families was breaking up in the 60s and 70s. They started to give the melanated woman welfare. That's right. It was never designed for the melanated woman or melanated being. Now, welfare is nothing but a loan taken out against your straw man account. It's your money anyway. But see, they want to play daddy and mommy to you by pinching it off to you in an allowance every 2 weeks, thus making you still a kid, a baby, because now you got to go to him for your money. You got to beg and crawl and do all this bullshit that they be doing down there at the welfare office, performing and buffooning and cooning for money that's really yours.
All right. So the question is, even though knowing that, okay, that money is really our money, but yet and still we got to do, like you said, coon and buffoon for that money. What, in your opinion, do you think that's worth it to coon and buffoon for that money that's supposed to be your money and being penny pinched and going through all of that? Or you saying, you know what, motherfucker, keep that money. Go ahead, keep that shit. I'm about to get some shit rolling and figure this shit out and try to build up on my own shit. Like, keep that shit. I mean,
Well, that
even when
varies
you
from
think about
person to
the
person.
land, say it again, Ultimate came in.
I said that varies from person to person. Just as you got some people that want to play the part of a fool, and you got some people that want to play the part of a wise man. You got to have
Right,
spectators, and you got to have participators. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So that depends on the person. It varies from person to person. Me personally, I don't feel as though I need a handout for him. He's not my daddy. I'm not governed by his law.
But this is my thing too with that. Like I said, I feel like for those people who do need it, because they are people who do need, especially, you know what I mean? So I could understand,
There's
like,
nothing
damn,
wrong with that. It's your
right,
money. There's nothing wrong with needing
right.
your
But
money.
the thing is, my thing is with that is the people who need it, they need to deal with the people who truly and can see that really needs it, right? And for the people that's like just like, listen, it's your money, but you're gonna sit up here and make multiple babies and do all this shit, go up in a welfare office, act like a whole damn asshole for some next to nothing, and you're able because just how you laid on your back to make all them fucking kids, you are damn sure able to get your ass up and go to fucking work or do something for yourself instead of keep on allowing yourself to have to go through all of this technical difficulties. But I think those, I'm speaking for those people that I think that honestly don't deserve it. And even though it's your money, as you say, you're still not helping us build up because you're still begging for something that you're probably never going to get the whole amount of. Okay, they didn't give us no fucking reparations. Niggas is still out here trying to, excuse me, let me not use that word because some people get offended, YouTube, get offended, all of that. But that's my lingo because I am like, that's how I speak when I'm very passionate. My lingo does come out. So it is what it is. Forgive me for those who might take it personal. But yeah, I mean, like, some of these people be too young that they can do stuff instead of just wanting to lay on their backs and just like, okay, this is what we doing. Nobody wants to develop anything. I
Well,
mean, you can sit there and beg all day for
well,
something that
that comes back to the mental illness thing. That comes back from being broke down, let down. Some people come from generations. Some people come from generations of nothingness and slubbery. You understand what I'm saying? Some people are slubberlangs. They just ain't designed to be anything. Just a body or entity taking up space. But that don't necessarily mean they can't be motivated and elevated into doing something positive and conducive to bring about a better productivity of their life.
right,
You got
right,
a lot of
and that's
schlubs out here.
basically
Some people
right,
got. That's
and
what I
that's
was telling you.
using it
You
to
got to have
better.
winners and losers. You got
Well, I agree to the point of to use it. I'm sorry, guys. To use it to be productive, understandable, right? Because you know the purpose behind it, but like the real young people that's out there that's able-bodied, that guess what, agriculture could be out here trying to get shit together. You know what I'm saying? We lack agriculture. That's why we don't know really how to grow shit or do shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
you right.
Because guess what?
You
If they're
know.
taking away so much from us soon enough, trust and believe me, they're about to get rid of that welfare shit too. Even though that's our money that we're gonna our money, right? But guess what? They're still gonna look us in our face and take that same fucking money right from up under us.
That's why we got to create our own wealth. We got to break away from the monetary system.
And
Why are
that's
we
my
still
point.
why are we still asking for something that's ours instead of going to go get a new thing? You know, everything we get, they try to take it. You understand what I'm saying? They do take it. You
And
understand?
not
So we might as well
looking
get a new thing. We creators, we inventors, we are the makers and
ex-
creators, cream of the planet Earth.
exactly.
So we might as well
And
create
guess
our
what?
own monetary system.
And guess what, too? Ultimate came in. Look what they're doing. Little by little, they are implementing shit to see how we are going to be able to survive through it. All right, boom.
Shit, they
It's
about
a
to make it
shortage.
cashless in a minute. It ain't about to be no cash out here in a minute. So if you ain't got no card,
Okay.
you ain't verified. you're nobody according to their systems. That way you now. By that being said, for those who like to cash and carry, who like to be in control of their own money, their hard earnings, hard days work, get a hard day's pay. If you're that type of person, you need to break away from their system. Stop thinking that that paper makes you somebody, make you a player. It doesn't make you a player on their chessboard. It doesn't. You're still a pawn.
Agreed. Because I'm saying, I said, look how they're doing just little. We went through the whole pandemic. Now we're dealing with the food shortages. Now we're dealing with baby formula shortages, and
And you know
everybody is
what?
going crazy. And it's like, yo, while y'all sitting there going
That's the
crazy,
next move. That's the next
I
move.
don't even care if you live in an apartment. Once you have a window, do you have a window in your apartment? Well, guess what? Get a pot, get some dirt, and start planting whatever you need to plant and let the
You
sunlight
got to
get
learn.
grow and
Let those
water it.
survival instincts kick in, because that's like if a person get incarcerated, never been incarcerated before, they'll learn how to make food for themselves, learn how to make shit out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? The most creativity, the most survival skills kick in. Now is that time, because we've been incarcerated. We've been incarcerated in the mind. We've been incarcerated financially. So we might as well get it together in terms of freeing ourselves from the mental prison that we've placed on ourselves and that they've placed on us.
Welcome, Puerto Rican 360. Thank you for pulling up on me, and thank you for always coming through and enjoying the conversation. I appreciate you so much. And yes, guys, this is the Odyssey Podcast with your girl Word Justice and Ultimate K-Man and Puerto Rican 360 in the building, and whoever else is welcome to come in. If you're in the bushes and you want to join the conversation, come right on in and join the conversation. Put your input. I always like to hear different inputs because we all perceive things from different ways. And like I said, take the time out to subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell. So every time that I do go live, you will be notified. So yes, Ultimate came in. You can finish up with your statement, and then Puerto Rican 360. I would love to hear what you have to say regarding this whole situation and what alternatives we can deal with.
Like I was saying, we got to free our minds. You know what I'm saying? A person goes through two deaths, one life: the mental death and the physical death, and the one life in which you live until you reach those deaths. In between those deaths, we got to free ourselves from the mental enslavement that we have bonded ourselves to. This is the only way we, as the people, we got to stop trying to mix and mingle. It's not about a separatist thing. It's not about a racism thing. But until we can get ourselves on solid ground, we have to get involved with ourselves. We got to break away from the game until we can become better at the game. We're not even in a political or financial position to call no shots. That's why there's no shots called for us. We steady marching and protest. That shit is not going to work. Singing and dancing, that's what they want you to do. Because we're looked at as entertainment. Nothing but monkeys. Nothing but Mr. Bojangles. Ben Vereen. You know what I'm saying? That's what they look at us as. We got to stop all this singing and dancing, marching, playing music, shaking of the ass and all that shit. Buckle down, knuckle down, and get a solid plan and foundation to move forward. This is the only way we as a people can elevate, even an inch forward. But the distrust, mistrust, disinformation, misinformation, I don't like this person, I don't like that, I don't like myself, I want to be something I'm not, to be accepted by people that don't want to accept me, dying to get in, but realize you don't fit in. We got to stop it.
Puerto Rican 360. Okay, hold on. Are you
Peace,
here?
Jay. What's going on?
Peace. What's
What's
going
going on,
on?
everybody in YouTube land? Well, early, very, very early this morning, I actually caught the video of the whole massacre, and it was very disturbing. And A lot of these video games are planting a lot of the seeds because that's what it looked like. It looked like a live video game. The dude was in his car. He pulled up. You could see him. He had a camera attached to his head, so he was recording everything that was forward. And you could see him in the rear view mirror that he had on some type of like a army gear, army clothes. He pulled up in the drive in the parking lot of the supermarket. He got out of his car, and the first lady that was walking, he just shot her, and she just dropped. And then he continued to walk into the supermarket, and the first cashier that was there, he 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 banged on her, and then he just was going from aisle to aisle, just banging on people like he was in the fucking game. That shit was sick. And
And I
anybody that
really,
lets their children play those kind of role playing shooting games, I'm talking about children, not grown motherfuckers. Because I guarantee you that this kid right here was one of those game heads that started out when he was 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, and grew up sitting at home playing these games. And now it looked like he was in a game inside the supermarket. The shit was really disturbing.
I didn't get to
That's
even see
one. Now, this thing with the formula shortage,
it.
to these new mothers out there, and all mothers, you all are lactating beings. If you have a baby, you should be lactating. Use your milk if you can use it. It's very important. Use your breast milk if you can use it. Me, unfortunately, I was a woman that I wasn't able to use my breast milk. So I didn't have that luxury. But use your breast milk. There's also um, women that donate their breast milk that have stopped breastfeeding their children because it was, time to stop, but they're still lactating and they donate breast milk. So maybe you want to look into that. And another alternative could be carnation milk, canned milk. It has the same exact vitamins that the formula has. If your child is lactose, then you might want to cut it with some water. We got to get innovative here, people. Don't let them make you scared.
You know what's so crazy? That's how I feel about that whole situation. But I'm gonna just piggyback off of what you first was saying regarding the video games. I, as a mother with boys, I'm so happy that my boys always like to play like basketball or NFL games. They never was into like the Grand Theft Autos and all of that. So for me as a parent, I would never walk into GameStop and my son tells me, "Oh, mom, I want this Grand Theft Auto," because I have been around people that I know and watch their children put on this Grand Theft Auto, and the it's ridiculous. Like you're creating this whole image, there's all this cursing. You can hit people with cars. You could rape females. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, what type of shit is this and why do they feel comfortable enough to put it out on the market to attract the minds of the younger children? And then with the parents, that's like I said, it's a lot of babies in this time and that made babies. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that video game and since I want to play it, my son gonna play it, or like it blows my mind. Like as a parent, like you should think not to ever. If you want to play it as an adult because you know what it is, then fine. But even look at the situation with adults. Adults' minds are being corrupted because some adults are game heads that they play these type of shit and it gets into the psyche of the mental of killing and shooting. And I'm talking about not, oh, I'm playing it and I'm gonna put it down. I'm talking about you got game heads that do not put the remote down. They eat shit, sleep. They literally don't want to get up to use the bathroom, so they got a bucket or a goddamn bottle to pee in. Are you serious? But this is the type of sick timing that we living in. but I did not get a chance to see that video like I was telling Ultimate K-Man. But what I did was I caught different clips. But for me, just hearing your feedback on it, I don't even think I want to watch it because like I said, he wrote out a manifesto and there's no way
No,
that this would not
they
have
took
been.
the video. They took the video down because it was. I'm telling you, it was. I don't know if you ever watched like Resident Evil. Anybody play Resident Evil or like Grand Theft Auto? Not even Grand Theft Auto because Grand Theft Auto has a character running around. But I'm talking about the ones that you can do full vision, where it just looks like you know, like first person. All you see is the area that you're walking into and the edge of your gun. That's it. You know, like Call of Duty, you know, like that. That's the way it looked. It was insane. And you know what else I saw? We saw a movie. It's on Hulu. It was called, what the hell was it called? With the young boys that were going around. I'll get that name for you in a second, but it was a movie. It's a movie on Hulu. It's actually 2021 or something like that. And it was four friends, right? Four buddies based in California, or three friends, and they were game heads, and they decided one day that they were gonna go outside and emulate the game. So they start going around punching niggas in the face, stabbing niggas, getting into beef, jumping into people's cars, all kind of shit. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And then, you know, end result, some of them died. So these games are really dangerous.
It definitely is like 100%. Puerto Rican 360. Can you do me a favor and hold it down for just a moment? I'll be right back.
Gotcha. So yeah, people, we're covering the mass shooting in Buffalo. Very, very, very disturbing. If you did get to see the video, unfortunately, I was able to see the video. It was very disturbing to me, and it reminded me of a role-playing game that a lot of these kids are doing nowadays. They're gamers and they're stuck to, oh, gully. Okay, all right. Um, you know, they get addicted to playing these games and they don't want to leave the house, which is not good because it it damages their social skills. You know, they don't know how to be social and socialize with other human beings. And that's a part of, you know, a person's development is being social, having friends, you know, going to see you know, art and go to the movies, bowling, things of that nature is all a part of a human development. Sitting at home behind a computer, gaming all fucking day, eating and munching out and probably smoking weed or who knows what else, to where they have no outside social life. That's not normal. So if you have a child that's like that, you better correct it now because it can cause that individual or child some problems down the line. You know, they could want to commit murder or they could become just a total outcast to where they grow old and just sitting behind this device. You know, nobody reads books anymore. Nobody writes books anymore. Like, you know, everything is audio this and audio that. You know, that's not good for human development, people. Yes, I know a lot of the devices are cool to have, and these apps are really convenient with certain things. Yeah, yes, they are. But however, you still got to do certain things manual. Manual should manual should never go away. Should never be a thing that goes away. And so if you have somebody that is gaming to an excessive, try to redirect that energy with something else to prevent anything like this massacre here in Buffalo. Very sad, very scary. You go into the supermarket to get some groceries, on a weekend when most people are home. Some people watch sports on the weekend. Some people, the weather's good now. They're barbecuing. They got family coming over, so they run into the supermarket and get ready. Some people are probably throwing birthday parties, and they go to the supermarket and they get killed. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make no sense. We need to do better. Definitely need to do better. That was really scary. And like I was saying about the formula, you guys need to get back to nature. There's available sites where there's other mothers around the world in the country that donate their breast milk because they're still lactating and they don't want to waste it. Breast milk is very important. It's the antibodies that we produce for our children. And so it's better than formula and it's free and it's natural. So look those things up. You might want to invest in that. If you are lactating, you need to start pumping your breast milk. If you're not lactating, you can also use carnation milk, not the sweet kind, evaporated milk. It has the same vitamins that formula has, which the most important two for brain development in children is vitamin A and vitamin D. So use these other alternatives. Don't let this fear mongering get to you. Use your natural instincts. Period. We all have them. Stop getting hysterical. Also, you don't have to always feed your children milk. There's other vegetables and fruit that have these vitamins as well. Start pureeing, even if you have to liquefy. Give your child some fresh pear juice as an alternative from a bottle for the day. One bottle. Let's say lunchtime. You want to give this child fresh juice instead of a bottle of milk, or even a puree if the baby's smaller and doesn't have teeth yet, of some fruit. But you got to use your alternative, people. Word Justice, are you around? All right, people. I guess Word Justice is still busy with our third co-host, baby Miss Baby Zori, Boss Baby Zori, but she'll be back. I know we got Ultimate K Man back in the
Um,
building, backstage.
I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. My life takes over. I'm a realist. Our life takes over. I got like this brand new baby going on because everything is. I'm call her brand new baby because every day she even want to act brand new with me. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I'm sorry if I missed anything. Puerto Rican, fill me in where you left off, and then Ultimate came in, and I'll jump right in where I fit it.
No, I was just giving the people some, insight on other alternatives besides milk. People think you just have to feed your baby milk all day. Start pureeing fresh fruits and vegetables. and giving them that with a little bit of water. They need water in their system too. Or if you have a juicer, make them a fresh pear juice or something, or a fresh, some kind of juice that is high in vitamin A and D, which are the most two important for babies in their development.
Yes, I appreciate you speaking on that while I was gone because I feel like I was watching a couple of mothers, just going crazy, like, where I'm gonna get this formula? I can't, All right, like for instance, my child cannot drink milk. So she is lactose intolerant. So I have to go a whole other route when it comes down to her. But for me, I give her tea. Now, fresh tea, let me make that very clear. You're not going to go to the store and buy a tea bag. I mean, to each his own, people do things the way they choose to do it. For me personally, the way I grew up, we do things a little bit different. We try to get everything natural. So, like the cinnamon, raw cinnamon, natural raw cinnamon, not powdered, like the stick, the real, authentic, organic, raw stick cinnamon and ginger. Yes, people, you can give your babies that at the age that they are. And what is going to happen is that they're going to help build their immune system and help them be able to fight against certain things that may occur, such as like asthma and just different things as your child goes through like that growth development that you don't catch right away, that as time progresses, you end up seeing. So it's certain things that you definitely can implement to make sure that your child will get the nutrients that it needs, but also that you're going about it in the safest way. A lot of times they want to make us feel like is the end all be all and is no other alternative. And I agree with Puerto Rican 360. The advice that she's giving the women that are listening, you know, like she said, other alternatives, and I'm 100% in agreement with that. Anybody who wants to come in and drop in and join the conversation, like I said, you guys are welcome. The link is in the chat. And like I said, thank you guys for pulling up on me at the Odyssey podcast. I would like you guys to take the time out to, press that subscribe button, hit the up like button, notification bell. And I always forget to say this, but I'm going to say this today. If you happen to see my live and you enjoy the content, please take the time out to share it. Or if you don't, but still tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? All right. Puerto Rican 360 and Ultimate K-Man. Let's get back into it. That was my whole intake on it. Like, I totally agree with you 100%. Okay, I guess I'll give them a moment. I'm Ultimate came in. If you want, you can jump in. However, you guys, when you guys are ready, just you guys can jump in.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here,
Okay,
just
you can go
listening.
right ahead and jump in.
But man, as far as the formula thing, like I said, it's nothing but a fear mongering tactic to get mothers scrambling to buy all this milk. You don't know what's in this milk. So why is so much? Why is it so called a shortage now? All these people on the planet Earth, all these factories. You mean to tell me it's a shortage? There ain't no damn shortage. That's just to get people scrambling like crazy, like when they were scrambling for the toilet paper 2 years ago, scrambling for the hand sanitizer, and all this crazy shit. Watch, you gonna see it soon. Mother's gonna be in the store fighting over the formula. That's coming up soon. They're gonna show us that way they can try to play on the people's minds, give you a visual, so where it can sink in and traumatize your mind. Oh, this is what's going on. Scare you more. False evidence appearing real. Fear.
I agree with that 100%, but that's why I feel like it's very important to at least put the word out there that there are other alternatives, more healthy alternatives. And like I said, we don't know what's in the milk, but if you want to know what's in the milk, just turn the back of the milk around and read it. And then write down the words that you don't understand and look up the definition. And I'm sure you'll be able to then decipher that any way you put it, the shit is unhealthy for your babies anyway.
That's
But for
right,
the most
Justice.
part,
Because
don't allow them to do that. Like you said, Ultimate came in is fear mongering. Don't like even with when you walk in the supermarkets. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's in a frantic that you see people buying 10 to 20 things of the same item. Like, what is going on with you? Like, are you guys okay? Because not even the fruits that we are getting that's being imported are even organic fruits. Even when they put organic and put a price on it because they want to call it organic, it's still not organic. And that's something we're going to have to accept, right? Understand the only organic thing that you're going to know is organic is when you start growing your own shit. That's my opinion.
that's right, organic, dealing with the origin, dealing with original, meaning you created it yourself. That's the only way you're going to know it's organic because it's you the only person that know what's going in it and what's coming out of it. Not some pre-packaged pretty little present given to you by somebody that's been lying to you. You can't expect somebody that's been lying to you all your life to one day decide to tell you the truth.
Right. Like, back home, I'm from Puerto Rico and I'm also Dominican. Growing up, I would always see my aunts and them, boiling all the roots that they sell in the supermarket. Jaltia, malanga, juca, batata, which is the white sweet potato, and they would boil that up, and that was baby food. You know, that was they wasn't going to the supermarket and buying Gerber and all those other ones. It was making it at home. So we need to get back to that. Boil some apples, peel the apple, boil it, make some fresh applesauce. Feed that to your baby. That's way better than going to the store. And you would with 3 apples, you can make a big, huge jar.
That's a that listen, that's an entire fact. Go right ahead, Ultimate.
You got to get back to the natural way. They've cut us off of our natural way of thinking so much that we depend on them for everything, even their thought process.
I just always want to put
Yep.
things out there. I'm sorry, Ultimate came in. You can go right ahead. I'll go on right after you. I'm sorry because I came in a little late and didn't realize you were coming in. Go right ahead.
Now, what I was saying is we need to get back to our natural way of thinking, and in order to do that, is to try to obtain knowledge of self. That's the only way you're gonna get back to your natural way of thinking, because all the answers are within you. They within me. They within Word Justice. They within Puerto Rican 360. They within everybody in this chat. All the answers are within us. We gotta stop trying to look to one man or one being, where all the world's problems placed on his shoulder to be a savior or some type of hero or some mythical creature supposed to come back out the sky and save us from our woes and worries. All the answers are within us. We have to get back to our natural way of order, natural way of thinking, and stop depending on him. Because all it is the nation affected by wicked sorcery.
You know what? I agree with you 100%, and that's a lot of it's a lot of it going on, and that's why for me, I realized that a part of me even having this platform and having the ability to speak to people, regardless to if they're gonna be in the bushes, to if they come in and put their perception and however it goes, I'm still able to myself to know that like you always have that saying of each one teach one is still reaching someone somewhere. You know what I mean? That's my ideology now. Like I'm reaching someone somewhere. And if that can help whoever that I do come in contact with virtually with just hearing my voice and they capture a message or understanding or they capture the jewel just from listening to Puerto Rican 360 or Ultimate K-Man or the First Lady Presents Auntie's House or genuine artistry. It's always a blessing, and it makes me feel powerful, and it makes me feel good because I need for my people that I know that are so great to now allow ourselves to see the abilities and the capabilities that we do have and how great that we truly are. And a part of knowing our greatness is starting the work within ourselves. And like you said, it goes back to that conversation that we had the other day, know thyself, and it's a lot of us that I think are in search of learning thyself and is on that journey. But then you come to the realization that not everybody's going to be on that same path. It almost comes like the saying, like, you want everybody to go, but not everybody's going to make that shit. Not everybody's going to be able to go where you go. You know what I'm saying? In that type of format. Um, like I said, I always enjoy these type of conversations. I always like to have conversations that just are enlightening and also leaving your brain fed with thoughts. You know what I'm saying? To go do your own research. You know what I'm saying? To go get a better understanding of maybe things that you're putting in your body, to figure out different alternatives because you may be sick. And these are the things, like, the Dr. Sabies were trying to do, alkalines, and like, and you see it happening. And I think it will be great as long as we try to help each other and allow each other to flourish and not have that mentality where we're stuck in the bottom of the barrel and we all trying to climb on top of each other, but we keep slipping off each other back, going right back down at the bottom of the barrel. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to stay with you guys a lot longer, but I have other responsibilities that I do have to attend to, but I will be back later on, hopefully. If not, I'll be back Monday morning. But this is the Odyssey podcast with your girl, Word Justice. I want you guys to take the time out to please, if you want an original beat, you can go to Skull Crusher Production _7, Ultimate K-Man, Puerto Rican 360. She also does the images on the t-shirts. And I keep on forgetting, is I can't even pronounce it and I don't want to say it wrong. So I'm gonna let her even go into depths with that with you guys. I also want you guys to stay tuned for First Lady presenting Auntie's House NYC. Like I tell you guys, go subscribe, go hit the up like button. When she goes live, you guys will definitely want to be there. Go check out Savage Royalty. She is doing big things on YouTube. So go check her out and go subscribe to her channel. But she also has other endeavors that's on YouTube. So stay tuned because I will keep you guys posted on that. And it's Savage Royalty without the Y. And Genuine Artistry, which does the intel, guys. Go check out Genuine Artistry. In fact, yesterday she had a live that was very good. She had gave a lot of information that was unknown. And if you want information that you're not aware of, that's the place to be. Genuine Artistry. Also, go check out Millennial Queens. Mimi, I'm telling you, she keeps the shorts going. She keeps you alert on what's happening, celebrity news, whatever it may be. She always keeps you alert on what's happening. So just stay tuned because I know she'll be going live there too soon, and I'll be over there also. So check us out over there. But like I said, if you following one, you following all. I appreciate you guys. Oh, and check out Martyr the Smarter, but that's on Bigo, Bigo. And First Lady is also on Bigo, so go check her out. Bigo. Thursday night, ladies' night, y'all. It be lit. But like I said, this is the Odyssey podcast with your girl, Word Justice. And I appreciate you guys for coming in and taking the time to spend your Sunday with me and, have the conversation on things that really need to be discussed that are affecting our people. Puerto Rican 360, like I said, I wanted you to dive in and give your rundown so people know where they can get anything that they're interested in that you have. And also Ultimate came in with the beats. And I'm gonna mute up for a minute, but you guys know I'll be right back.
Yeah, Word Justice will be back shortly, y'all. This is the Ultimate Kane, man. It's always a joy coming up here on these chats.
sharing thought, building, sparking sparking interest in perhaps looking up things and bettering yourself. I hope that, you all get something from these chats that we have. I appreciate all that come in this chat. It's not about having thousands and thousands of subscribers. It's about those who's here to listen to the message, listen to the word. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, each one reach one. If I reach you, you can reach someone else. That person can reach someone else. That's the way we have to do that. Get back to grassroots living. Foundation. You got to go back to the foundation. The foundation is the beginning, the origin. And knowledge is the foundation of all things in existence. You know, that and that. And all in all, y'all know I make the beats as well. Just want to put that out there real quick before I forget, before we get off this chat. My name is Ultimate Kane Man, Skull Crusher Productions. I do the intros, beats, jingles, commercial music, TV show intros, whatever. Holla at your boy, Skull Crusher underscore 7 at IG, or you can hit me up Skull Crusher Productions 7 at gmail.com.
Okay, guys, this is the Odyssey Podcast. I am your girl, Word Justice, and I'm ending off. I will talk to you guys another time. And thank you, Ultimate K Man and Puerto Rican 360. Thank you guys so much for pulling up on me. I appreciate it.
Most definitely, all the time.
Yes, and always a pleasure. Like I said, people, let's get back into our natural way. Stop getting scared and tap into and focus on what's right. Use your mind. And I'm out. Peace.
Peace. This is the Odyssey Podcast.